Today, I'm going to be talking about the female succession in Vienna, focusing particularly on the Vienna Werkstätte and how the atmosphere of the workshop provided a positive environment for women artists in Vienna. I will then discuss the Frauenkopf ceramics, created as part of the expressive ceramic genre, and assess the contemporary and current critique of the pieces to ascertain their significance. The female succession, a term coined by Hans Anvix Kleihoven, an art historian and critic, was a movement which ran simultaneously to the Vienna succession. This movement saw numerous women artists engaging on a creative level with the concerns of modernism, with many creating successful professional careers as artists. There were several significant developments in early 20th century Vienna which created opportunities for women artists, including the establishment of the Austrian Association for Women Artists. This was the first large artist association that women could join in Austria, up until 1945. In terms of education, the establishment of the Kunstschule für Frauen und Mädchen, later renamed the Vienna Frauenakademie, enabled women to have an education in the arts, despite their exclusion from the Viennese Academy of Fine Arts. It was during this period of progress towards more equal opportunities for women in the arts that the Vienna Werkstätte was founded. The limitless harm done in the arts and crafts field by low-quality mass production on the one hand, and by the unthinking imitation of old styles on the other, is affecting the whole world like some gigantic flood. It would be madness to swim against this tide. Nevertheless, we have founded our workshop. Where appropriate, we should try to be decorative without compulsion, and not at any price. This quotation underlines a key program of the Vienna Werkstätte, which was founded in 1903 by Koloman Moser and Josef Hoffmann, and patronized by Fritz Warendorfer. The purpose of the workshop was to bring together different craftsmen to create modern design pieces for consumers. Developing out of the Vienna succession, the Vienna Werkstätte focused on several key ideas associated with the movement, including the creation of the Gesamtkunstwerk, or the total work of art. There was also a focus on the relationship between art and craft. As well as forward-thinking design principles, the Vienna Werkstätte provided a progressive space for women artists in early 20th century Vienna, although there is a lack of modern scholarship concerning this area of Viennese modernism. Many women artists were recruited by the Vienna Werkstätte for their apparent naivety, and were given freedom, opportunity, and resources to experiment with. This resulted in a period of significant contributions by women artists to modernism. An example of this is the expressive ceramic style of ceramic art, which was significant in post-war Vienna. The spontaneous approach to ceramics, which is defined by irregularity and asymmetry, subverted the idea of what the purpose of ceramics were, mixing the decorative and the utilitarian. Frauenkopf, such as these, are ceramic busts which depict heavily made-up women's faces, and are exemplary illustrations of the expressive ceramic genre. I place absolutely no weight on achieving a smooth, uniform surface glaze, but mix a glaze in all possible nuances and let the fire reign. That is how Vali Wieselthier, an Austrian-American artist who worked with the Vienna Werkstätte, described her creation process of the Frauenkopf. This head, created by her in 1928, demonstrates many distinct features the Frauenkopf created during this period. the Frauenkopf is made from rough domestic earthenware as opposed to smooth porcelain, and this results in a rough surface texture across the face of the woman. The woman is decorated with bright paints and lurid decoration, which is arranged asymmetrically across her face. This is indicative of heavy makeup. Finally, the glaze is applied in a haphazard manner and is uneven across the face of the figure. Many Frauenkopf were created at the Vienna Werkstätte, and like other expressive ceramic pieces made by women, were often dismissed by contemporary critics as playful and naive. Many modern scholars have argued that the Frauenkopf are simply reflections of the artist. However, Megan Brando-Fallow has argued that a more satirical reading of these heads can be taken. For example, of Wieselthier's Frauenkopf, she has argued that they represented a satirical take on the Kunstgewerbebeweis, artist-craftswoman trope. This was a popular dismissal of women artists in the interwar years, implying a lack of commitment or real knowledge in their work. In this way, the Frauenkopf can be seen as a satirical reflection of societal expectations, as well as the reception to women artists in Vienna at this time. Brandon-Fallow argued that the mask-like faces of the Frauenkopf could be a reflection of the mask of beauty and femininity that women artists like Wieselthier felt expected to wear. In such a reading, the Frauenkopf can be seen as subverting gendered expectations of women's art, which would typically be classified as feminized craft.